Okay, now we're back to the story. Now, first of all, I don't know how you do this, but don't tell me I look like, John Wilkes Booth, right? I had that little, how does it work now? Okay, had a piece of hair like that. So don't tell me I look like John Wilkes Booth, however it is, because I was fussing with myself in the mirror when I trimmed my beard, and I'm sorry, but it's everybody looks like John Wilkes Booth if you know, they trim their beard in a certain way. They all do. And of course, if you trim your beard in another way, then you got other stuff going, and you look like old uh, Father Abraham. The honest one that we know about. If you just trim more of it, just trim this off, and oh my goodness, the poor old bastard is uglier than we knew him before. But anyway, however that works. But uh, let's see. I was going to say something. I forget what it was. And this is a sequel to 27. This is 28. And what is it about 28 that we need to know? Well, the officer said to me, right, I want to hear what you had said before. You just tell me again. And I said, well, uh, I think I said, I think I know what you mean. I had said that the chair bounced off the table. He said, right, you said it bounced. And I said, yes, I do believe it did bounce. Uh, I don't know. And of course, the girls chimed up. They said, so you did bounce. There are marks on the table. So anyway, so that's how it was. And so he said, but it bounced and it hit you. I said, well, no, I didn't say that. I said, the chair bounced on the table. He said, well, wait a minute. Could you please explain what you mean by that? I said, well, I, of course, closed my eyes. I didn't observe what happened. I observed it from the inside. I mean, I observed as best I could with my eyes closed, and it seemed like, oh, when the chair came down, my head went down, it hit the table, and my head bounced, and of course, I'm sure that the chair bounced off the table, just like I said. So I just left it at that. He said, okay, thank you, sir. And he left. So we were clear we got second all clear signal, and he never came back to ask another question. So there we were. I told him, the girl said that the chair bounced off the table. Just when it bounced, it's just hard to discern when it bounced. It happened very quickly. So anyway, that was it. So that was the whole story. So it's nothing special, you see. So we were safe at that point. We figured, well, they have enough evidence. They've got, this, that, and the next thing. Something difficult to observe was, as expected, difficult to observe. So, we were safe and everything was fine. And I did want to pass my little red book to the boy, but I passed it to an officer that, is in charge and everything. I would give his name, but of course his name is part of security or something, and he actually told me he's not working in the same section anymore. He wouldn't be available, for various things. I wanted him to go to the vault, and check and see if there was anything that was left behind. I've been there several times. Well, it's 3 times this last time. So anyway, he said no, it's just before I left this time. He said no, that he said I don't, I'm not available to that section anymore. I don't go to the vault, and that sort of thing, and there's probably nothing of yours in there probably. So anyway, don't have to mention it. But anyway, I was worried because I thought I had lost a few dollars of cash, and he is the honest fellow, and I could always depend on him. But anyway, however it goes, I didn't collect any cash when I left the last time. He wasn't available the last time to check the vault, so if there was cash, I don't know. Now this time, the only thing that I had everything I believe that I came in with. I don't think I was carrying anything extra. Everything was listed. Everything was listed as the items that I carried in, except for two items, just two. So those two items were, the green and black lighter that I did a video about that was missing, and that was not listed among the items that I carried in. And then the other item that was not listed among the items that I carried in was the Heptagon pill box, seven. It was green, a green Heptagon pill box. As you know, it's like a donut, goes around a circle, and it's the days of the week, two S's, and the other letters for the rest of the days. It's all there, right? And I had kept my entire store for the month, my monthly prescriptions, both of them, in that box. Aside from this little fact, I chose one of the days, probably a Sunday. I don't know what it is. I chose that to store a week's dose of Chantix or something. I guess it was a week. I don't know. Whatever I had. I don't know how many there were. But I put in so many, probably 14 pills of Chantix, in one of the compartments. So it was only six of the compartments that had my two prescriptions. I had Risperdal, as prescribed by my doctor. I had blood pressure pills prescribed by another doctor, and those pills are only $8, per month. I I paid the full price for the Risperdal, It's $80 for a month, and there we go. So $88 worth of prescription plus the Chantix. You could it's $150 a month. It was only a week. So there you go. It's that much. It was $35, $37.50. So there we go. That's it. That's that. All that medication was gone. It couldn't be found with the box and everything. So that's how much I lost this last time I went to a regional center, for health care. And I told them, look, I said, look, if you're trying to improve your case by saying that, I did not take my medicine, when I was abducted at lunch. I'm sorry, but I offered the pillbox to the 911 crew when they came to pick me up. I said, look, I have been taking my medicine, and the pills are in there. You can count them. I got the blood pressure medicine. I've been taking that. I got the Risperdal. I've been taking that as prescribed, and taking it every day. There are 4 doses of each one, or however many it was. And so you could count the pills, and you would know that, bingo, I've been taking my medicine, or I did something with those pills, right? And today is the day I'm picked up. So how did I know what the magic number was to leave in the box unless I'm taking my drugs every day? So here we are. Somehow that ran all the way out to 9:25 and on to 8 and 9 and 30.